Good morning, students. In this video, we'll discuss about the virtual memory. Welcome back, students. Now, these are the stages we find in demand paging in case of worst case. So, initially, as the requested page is not available for that particular process on the memory, it will send a trap signal to the operating system. That is an error saying that the requested page is not there in the memory. Then the status of the current process, that is the registers and the process states, are saved for further execution. Then it determines that the interrupt was the page fault, that is the requested page is not there in the memory, so we say that it is a page fault. Then whenever there is a page fault, it determines the location of that page on the disk. To do that, it issues a read instruction to the disk to a frame. So for that reason, it will be waiting in a queue for this device until the read request is serviced, wait for the device seek time, then begin the transfer of the page to the free frame. Now that demanded page is loaded into the main memory of the free frame. While waiting, allocate the CPU to some other user. That is when it is performing the steps 2 to 5. 2 to 5 for the current process, the CPU's time should not be wasted, so the CPU is allocated to some other user. Receive an interrupt from the disk IO system saying the current IO operation is completed. Then save the registers and process state to the other users. Determine that the interrupt was from the disk. That is, you have completely loaded that page into the main memory to say that the disk will send an interrupt. So once the page is available in the main memory, we have to update the page table showing that the I bit is converted into V bit. So wait for the CPU to be reallocated to the same process again. Then once the CPU is reallocated, restore the user registers process state. New updated page table is considered to execute the interrupted instruction again. So these are the steps which are involved in worst case for demand page process. So the performance of the demand paging reduces based on the three major activities of the steps what we have discussed previously, and that is service the interrupt, that is sending an interrupt signal to the operating system, read the page, that is bring the demand page from the disk to the main memory, then restart the process which will take a small amount of memory. So these are the three major steps which will hinder the process of demand paging. So, as we have discussed previously, page fault. Page fault is nothing but the requested page by the process is not available in the main memory. So, we have to bring it back into the memory. So, the page fault rate P normally lies in the range of 0 to 1. If P equal to 0 means no page faults, that is requested the pages of that process are already there in the memory. If P equal to 1 indicates that for every request of the page there is a page fault. So on this basis we can calculate the effective access time of demand paging as 1 minus P into memory access plus P, which is nothing but page fault overhead plus page swap out plus page swap in. Now we'll take one example. Here is an example of calculation of the demand paging example. Memory access time given is 200 nanosecond. Average page fault service is 8 milliseconds. This is the formula what we have discussed. That is effective access time is 200 plus P into 79,99,800. If one access out of 1000 causes page fault, that is 1 by 1000 is a page fault, then effective access time is 200 plus 0.001, that is 1 by 1000 into this, which will give you effective access time as 8.2 microseconds. If access time is this much, then the performance of the demand paging is reduced by a factor of 40. But to have the best demand paging technique, we want the performance degradation should be less than 20%. So for that reason we should have a p-value less than 0.00025. That is, one page fault in every 4 lakh memory access time should be there, so that we can have the performance degradation less than 10%. The demand paging can be optimized by increasing the swap space IO operation faster than the file system IO operation. For this, copy the entire process image to the swap space at the process load time. The demand page in from the binary disk, but discard them paging from the freeing the frame. But in mobile systems, this swapping during demand paging is not supported. Instead, here the demand page is from the file system and it reclaims that read-only pages are available. Now we'll discuss an important concept known as copy on write, where there are two processes which are acting like parent and child. These two processes initially share the same pages in the memory. If either of the processes modifies the same share page, then only that page is copied for that particular process. So this copy on write allows more efficient process creation as only modified pages are copied. In general, free pages are allocated from a pool of zero fill on demand pages that we can see with one example here. Here we have two processes, P1 and P2, and they are sharing the common pages, page A, page B, page C. See here, they are sharing the common pages. When one process modifies the page, that is, here process P1 has modified the page C, copy of page C is available only for that process P1, whereas the original copy of page C is retained for process P2. So this is how copy on write works. So what happens if there is no free frame used by a process pages, and also that frame is in demand is from the kernel or IO buffer is not available? Then how much to allocate to this free frame? What page has to be brought into the memory, which page we have to bring, we have to find some replacement of the page from the memory for that particular page in the memory, but not really in use, page it out. So for this page replacement, which algorithm is used, whether the currently using algorithm has to be terminated, swap out that page, replace with a new page. Then what if you are doing this, what about the performance of that algorithm, whether it is minimizing the number of page faults or not? And same page may be brought into memory for several times. So these are the some issues we have to sort out by using the different page replacement algorithms, and we will find the solution to these issues in my next video. Thank you. Thank you all. Stay home, stay safe.